My never I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Get rid of him. No number no more. They are the people that made us. The regional executive, you think that is substandard on cool school, on shit you won't respect him, is the man who worked in the bush.
Yo.
There are a lot of people when we were in the trenches, we didn't know them.
Sure.
And I've said these things publicly.
Sure.
I didn't know them. They are colleagues who were nowhere to be found. We didn't do the work because we were stupid. We did it because, one, I love President Mahama. I love this party. And I want to see this country develop through this party. I want to see Ghana developed. When we went after President Akufo-Addo and his regime, and let me say this, President Akufo-Addo and the MPP is not a walkover. Anyone who is in government today must listen. The MPP is not a walkover. They are a force, ruthless politicians, just that they are unconscionable. That is what makes the difference between the NDC and the MPP. So when you get appointment and you suddenly live on borrowed friends, borrowed convenience, what you are doing is that you are sacrificing your strength. Captain, if we sacrifice a constituency, what we are doing is to reduce the strength of you, the appointee. And I see that a lot of our colleagues in government are doing their best because times are not normal. Captain Yebaye, the truth is that President Akufo-Addo in the government, one, we owed ourselves a duty to explain, let the Ghanaian people see what really happened at certain places. We have not done it. The truth is that we haven't done it. You don't expect the president to do this. Power say we are CEO, and there is corruption at your outfit, and you don't talk about it and you sit on it. You have inherited it on our party, and the party will have to be explaining. Look at what is happening with PDS. How are we going to explain to PDS? So I'm just saying that times are not normal. There are difficulties. Our ministers are fatigued as well. But they are trying their best to help. But you can't run a race alone. You can't have a champion if you don't bring everybody along. And I always say that on the chest of every single member of the party is written, I am important. Honorable Abdakwe told me this way.
On the chest
of every NDC person is written, I am important.
Okay.
And my late boss, Dr. Kwabena J, told me that when a collective light shines on you, don't think you are the light. You are not.
When a collective light shines
on you, never
think you are the light.
You are not.
A collective light.
It is individual.
So when individual decides to disengage,
you will fall.
Allah. And
so I'm pleading.
When a collective
light shines on you, don't think you are the light.
To us.
We have a duty. Se party ni you. Se party ni you. It's our duty to manage them. We have a responsibility to ensure that the MPP does not come close to power. And Captain Mekadebi said, look, Enra, Dr. Baumia Kobo tennis. It is a policy work, a policy framework for the MPP. Almost share. They are happy. Almost share. They are excited. Dr. Baumia Kobo a tennis ball. So they are sharing. They are not serious people. And that's a Afenyo Markin. And I'm Kuku. So they are a honor campaign.
I want
Kuku if you want to mobilize MPP for Omdo Kuku no.
I want
almost super abano. And these are the people who have mismanaged this country just yesterday.
I want a big.
We can contain them. And this who's complaining is not looking for the downfall of this party or this government. Captain, we won by engaging with our people. If you check the General Secretary, he will tell you it was deliberate that we sacrifice. But be a jabber subia, you can find out. I was there. Any place in this party that something wrong was happening, I will be there the following day. We did all of these, and we have won. It is not everybody that can get what they want, and I say it every day. You know, Bia no bet me anya the opet. Ebi mu betwa waiting list, whether we like it or not. Ebi mu benya. But if we don't help the president by coming together, Papa ne bebre. Sana MPP appointees yeah. One more bar power. And I one post. And they decided to be individualistic. People have developed ambitions way better than what the president had. President Akufo-Addo. By the time they realized, nah, it was not about President Akufo-Addo. It was about MPP they were destroying. And every appointee must know. By the time the MPP left power, they thought they were destroying MPP as a party. But they didn't know that they have destroyed their own base. Answer the Ebeko election. MPP for at the 1 million cedis at the Senate, I think last week to a campaign. At the Senate, a parliamentary candidates. No. At that time, people were fatigued, people were disrespected, people were undermined. They came to the conclusion that they needed to lose election. So they kept the money. MPP sent rice and oil to their party people. The DCs kept it and they lost the election. Why? Because people felt so disrespected that they just needed to revenge. Yeah, to me, my MPP, NDC, no, Endu, Sam Press. And I keep saying that we are doing so well as a government. Every record, every indication is showing, sir, we are doing so well. But we should not deliberately impoverish and sideline our party people. Because if we do that, a time is coming where those of us who are leading the party may have to take a very hard-line decision. And Captain, I say this, people don't like it when I confront the truth. But the thing is that we are different people. Me bomb pie, and I'm strunya me. Me bomb pie de bia se maka bibia kire nipa de meka no kra kire. Ejuma na me dem no. Sa position me kra sisi ai. It's not a position of excitement to Captain T is asemu nimu. Ti ho de bia obi frɛ obi akodi boni bi wa frɛ obi yeye obi boni wa frɛ obi I come face to face with stress. When everyone is sleeping, we must make the system look good. So when we are speaking, I know what I'm talking about. It is not a problem that you have been appointed, but you are not politically savvy. But you must learn, you must find someone who understands the geography, who understands the party, to teach you or to help you leverage the party. But when you sit there and you suddenly behave that party for Jimia, we are not stupid. We just don't dress like administrators. Okay, now you say suit a party nego. But go and check at the party headquarters. All the executives, there will be a new only masters over. Ebimuna kakraba baimua. Check every single executive that came from the party headquarters is doing very well. Captain, cross-check. For the first time, President Mahama empowered the party by appointing a lot of party people. And every single officer, every single appointee who was an officer of the party is doing very well at where they are. Check, cross-check. I have checked, I have profiled our party from constituency, from region to constituency, and I can tell you 90% of our people hold degrees and masters. It's a big task for us. We can only be able to do this when we come together. I don't expect at this time, say, and you may be a president and him, and as a national chairman and him, and as a chief of staff, and as we can do it when we work together. We can deal with some of the problems that we have. But some of our colleagues are running lone races. They are not bringing the young people along. Then you recently had said, me Crawford and Facebook, we got some problems. I have gone to advise them at a certain meeting. They cropped part of it, and then MPP took it and they misinterpreted it. What I was saying is that, Captain, party badie. Yen topa yen kunu abonten, ye kunu wodem. Na ukotena Facebook na udi appointee atemu a. Ehwede na ode beboa. And opportunities are born out of trust, confidence, and relationship. Enti ubufu kra no a nyabotre ne yenka no ofie. Ukotena Facebook no gu aban na nimu ase a. Sa aban no na apeso beboa. And we misquote. And I was saying this because we need to come back home and sit and resolve issues if there are any. We led the party people. They trusted and have confidence in us. We must tell them what we have and what we don't have. But when I tell a party person, say, Ejuma ya ebe, untiminya, and another MPP person comes to tell the person, say, Menya, what am I telling the party person? One demand. And you must not empower your party because you agree with them or you like them. You must necessarily, because without the party you are not. None of us became without the NDC. All of us are who we are because we belong to the NDC.
Did you feel, sir, some appointees are neglected party, no?
You see, Obia on their table is trying their best. Look, everybody is fatigued. And it's a fatigue that we must take out of the system. Because people are beginning to be stressed. Individually, people are trying to help. But you cannot help individually. You are not a party. If you are a minister and you get up from your office and you say, oh, manya bibi kakra medebebua party, and you on your own go into the party and do what you want, you are not helping the party. The party has a structure. Whatever you have, you don't have to like the general secretary to hand over what you have for him to go and deal with the party. It is a bona fide duty. He is the general secretary. I am the general secretary. I don't care how you feel about me. But we manage the party, not you. Because we don't go to your ministries to sign checks.
Wow.
If we need something, we speak to you.
Teachers are...
How would you get up and say, oh, me, I have got this opportunity. May they you end up giving it to people who haven't reached where they are supposed to be. And when the problem comes, you blame party for it. MPP co-position. Justine and I'm not willing to go through that. After all the sacrifices, we will not wait for that to happen. So, Captain, it's not about whether or not they have neglected or they haven't neglected. It's about us coming together again. We have to regroup. What I say? Party and government must regroup at a certain level and say, okay, let's assess where we have come from. Our party people are complaining. What can we do to help? Mustafa den ebetimi, General Secretary den ebetimi aye. National Organizer den ebetimi aye. Because you see, you can't be experienced than the ones who are managing the grounds. You can't. And if they want, we can leave it for them to try and let's see. You can't. What the party people go through, you can't.
It's not easy.
If you go to somebody's constituency and you think he is a village constituency chairman, so you use your Land Cruiser to disrespect him, you don't know what he deals with. So we need to come to a point where we respect ourselves, we show each other recognition, and then we come together again to say, let us help President Mahama to succeed. Look, Captain, I've said every time, for those who think, say, oh, maybe President Mahama will not contest again. Me, I'm one ardent person who believes that President Mahama should give us the opportunity and make himself available to run again as president. I'm one person who believes that. And I don't apologize to anybody for that. That's my opinion. Because you see, our party is at a place where we need a synergy. We need a united front. We are not going for an election. We are continuing a government. And when you get to that place, the indices are very different. If anybody tells you that my personal ambition, I'm a champion in this area, I can become a successor, you can't. You can't. NDC is not SRC election. It's a serious business. If President Mahama is not going to go, if you are an appointee, you must know that it is a duty of President Mahama to keep the government and the party both peaceful. When the government is peaceful and the party is not peaceful, it will upset itself. It will come to ground zero. And Captain, those who are listening to me, if you think I'm wrong, you can have that conversation with me. I have gone round big men, young Crawford, young Penny for senior, and I'm not getting a good response. And I watch the president walk out there, and I sit down and I ask myself, what is going on?
Who's on Crawford? I'm a president.
I know. I'm going to say it. Now I'm saying it now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the president is suffering.
If the fundamental...
No, but other than a party for no. Appointees, no one say, hey, Mama, president.
He had to take the general secretary sometimes to take the approach of summoning ministers to FEC before they come. Some ministers don't attend party meeting at all. Hey. Now they have arrived. Oh, Madam Kachero, I'm Miss Roby. There's nobody that I'm...
Ministers, no. What from for party meetings?
Look, recently I had to call one minister to ask him, you sent so and so to the party. He said yes. I said, did you inform the general secretary? I asked him, did you inform the general secretary? Are you the manager of the party? Are you the managing the party?
Hey.
You don't manage the party. The party has executives who manage the party. If you don't respect them, you create crisis. Because when you touch me, I will touch you. I will not assume that you have touched me and misbehaved with me, so I'm going to be sitting down and crying. I will deal with you squarely. If you want it raw, we can go raw. The only thing you can do is that there are opportunities in your area you won't give me, take. Because I know where to get you. The party power. We move around with other people to win this election. And so you cannot disadvantage the party, deliberately impoverish the party because you have found new friends. No, you can't do that. President is suffering. President effort to know all is not being seen. I don't know how he feels certain times when certain reports get to him. But it's wrong. And we must talk about it. Because if we don't deal with it, we are in trouble.
It's a shame.
And that is not what we agreed within ourselves.
But now we say President Mahama Kobi, at least I have the same opinion, but the party for me be president deal.
But that is the problem.
Hey.
President Mahama got you so be.
It's a shit.
See a war in Etiase. Now and Crawford started so much. I mean, it's excuse my language, the highest form of disorder.
A highest form of disorder.
And me, I will not support anybody because myself and my brother, the national organizer, we've decided that who win the primaries, who will make you the president. We don't care. Whoever wins the primaries. And again, is the party up for election? Who told all these things that NDC is going to go through election?
I
don't know, but I'm just saying that what if we don't open the party up for election?
It's a shame.
Because the NDC, we don't know elections. The NDC is a tradition that is founded on consensus building. We are not MPP, and we must not allow what the MPP is doing to go into our head.
Bang, bang, bang.
Nia is creating suspicion among us. Unam kra na so we we nipa. Unam hwa na esi una ubu awi. Me obi the sade ne ba me so antokwa abesu nya.
Bang, bang, bang.
Obi the sade ne ba so.
Because I will not allow anybody to align me to short visions. Now there are two clear things that we are doing. We have to satisfy the party people, and we have to make sure the president succeeds. Look, it doesn't matter all these people. Anybody who becomes a leader of the party without President Mahama, you lose. It is what it is. We have gone through this before when we felt Rawlings was not necessary. We lost. And those who triggered that, they sit behind and they are pretending they are head, but they are not head. You were the cause. Whether President Mahama is alive or he is not alive today, he contributes significantly to the beauty of this party.
Exactly.
And he, among others,
I mean, Anoh, you can't take it away from Mahama.
Should be the ones to take certain key decisions. So if I'm a president, deputy director of operation, and I decide that I want to be president, what am I doing to the president? I make the president beautiful.
If you are, repeat the question.
If I'm the president's deputy director of operation, and I decide that where I sit, I'm capable of being a president, what am I doing to the president? Okay? What am I doing to the president? Because have I discharged the work that the president gave me so well that and nobody have look at President Mahama. President Mahama didn't make himself a president. People went to look for him. Right? Go and ask Speaker Gbande how President Mahama became a running mate to Professor Mills. Go and ask President Mahama and others how Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman became a vice president. Go and ask how we chose the late Parkwesi and Mr. Atta. And that should tell you that the tradition of the NDC is not a competitive asset for elections and all this. Obianko should build a war chest to go and run an election. You will fail because that is not our tradition.
What is your name?
Captain Edusu Abeko. Edusu Abeko. Look, there are times that we consider regional balances before we choose a flag bearer. There are times that we consider a lot of many things. It is not within our jurisdiction or our domain to do that. It is within the Council of Elders. And you know what? All these Council of Elders have decided to keep quiet and watch.
No, but because I think it's a huge problem.
To watch. So there's so much fatigue and stress sitting on us. Because I will sacrifice to talk about it. If they destroy me, at least the truth. This program will show that a day like this, I sat here and I spoke the truth.
Sorry, you.
And it's not as if anybody can do anything. Nobody means will be our party. I will just say the truth. The only thing you will do is that you won't give me an opportunity. Take.
Tell your chairman, call them, tell the chief of staff.
We have told the general secretary last week. So we need to take certain strong. You see, general secretary started no Mudi Ntim. Our own people set up people to insult him.
Who?
Our own party people, appointees.
To insult who?
General secretary, no guy.
Oh,
no guy. You see, we have individual challenges. You no pet. Ask yourself.
So yeah.
And everybody sitting there have their own weakness. Me, I have my own weakness.
God have mercy upon us.
So if we don't allow people to function, can the general secretary who led you to this difficult election, can he suddenly be a bad person?
Sure.
Me, I have my differences with my boss. Okay? He doesn't agree with many things that I do. But I do them anyway. Because I give him all the respect that I have to give him.
No, but if this is what is happening now, that ministers are not respecting party leadership, then it's a dangerous thing.
It is, because that's why we need to talk about it now. Because I'm sitting here and talking about it because if I don't talk about it, and
the law,
I am not a victim. I'm a part of the problem.
Sure.
But it is not for me to deal with the problem. It is for the national chairman. It is for the general secretary. It is for other senior functionaries within government to help the president resolve it. And we must talk about it.
You think the president is worried about this?
President Mahama, you can't know what he thinks.
Sure.
That's his strength. I mean, I keep telling you that you will not know how he feels. But he will give you the assurance that I don't want to hurt you. If you exploit such leniency, then it's not right.
Sure.
It's all right. It is not also about who is doing wrong and who is doing right. It's about all of us saying that, baby, I do no. Him fan yedu. And Crawford, I know more coy, no. Will be able to fee. And I be more catchy.
Sure.
What I say? It is for us to ask and so is it right for us to do the things we are doing? When you build war chests, who are you going to fight? Captain, what do you want to war chests for what? Unzoe. Sebi Kafache. I mean, what is it? What is it? What is it in all of these that we do to one another? Where people are suspecting, we appointee, some of them are complaining that some people are using their advantages to sabotage them and suffering. In the end, it is the ordinary party person that is suffering. The young man who I have used, come and see how I was instructing parliamentary candidates and constituency executives, do this, do. People wanted to misbehave because they were not too sure whether when we win, they will be recognized. We stopped all of them to follow one queue. And everybody that gets an opportunity is looking for some friendship or some convenience. I keep saying that you may not like me. President Mahama may not like me. My boss may not like me. It is not for him to like me.
Bang, bang, bang.
It's for him to, take advantage of what I can do and what I cannot do. But when you deal with party people on the basis of, I don't like this one, this one is supporting this, this one is this, the 2016...
This one is supporting this one is supporting wine.
Me, what was that?
Can't somebody be a nina car who do to send me a cause something.
And yet, young cars now are bonting.
But what's the way support you?
You drew fear. I'm just telling you, let the party people know, sir. We are familiar with their problems.
And the law.
And we are finding ways to resolve it. It's a legitimate concern. And that each of their complaints is not founded on ill motive or malice. Whatever they are talking about is our responsibility as leadership to deal with it. And I'm speaking because I want them to know that we are very much aware of the problem.
No.
MPP is not our yardstick. When we come together to deal with the MPP, they will be registering a new political party.
But that is not my concern.
But if we don't do things right, and if we don't bring our party people along, and I keep saying that managing a party is a matter of recognition and mutual respect. Captain, branch executive office, that branch executive can do something that can affect the entire organization.
So
that regional chairman that you feel is not educated, so he doesn't befit your respect, that regional chairman can do something that will undermine this party. One pooling agent compromise is a danger to the NDC for me. One pooling agent.
Yeah, more 100%.
And we have a duty. I don't need the president to be involved in this. We have structures that can resolve this. And if we don't resolve it, it will get to a time where we'll begin to speak out. I would speak out because I will not let myself, my credibility, be ruined because of somebody's refusal to do the right thing. And anybody who feels that we're not part of making this system to own up and I will exit, go and do it. Say, so I am here to let you know that you are sitting on Facebook and you are crying. You that you are in the constituency and you are crying. Your legitimates are well identified and we are aware. Your concerns are identified and known. And that we are exploiting ways of resolving it. Hereby, I think we focus so much on trying to hold the country back. Trying to make sure that Ghanaians are not exposed to Enyama MPP for now. So we forgot our base. It is time for us to regroup, review what we have done, and bring everybody on board. I don't think that we are in too much of crisis. We can come together again. When the party is happy, we know we are minister, we know we are CEO, we will be excited. But when the party is not happy, trust me, you can be the richest person, you will not be satisfied. Because they will torment you. One better to sa enye. So these are the few issues. We mwa omunam abonten committee ya umko se ti ya nkrofo ye MPP asset committee is a recycle plant. Ensure you filter, you recycle. When you have dirty water, you don't recycle it. You filter it. The MPP has not filtered themselves. The same people that held their own system in this country to rampage, they are the same people they are recycling. No, omunam koko ase, no omunam grass, and that one is not politics. They have started their campaign. And yeah, it's not politics. It's not our problem. Captain, if we go to the ground within a week, we are done. The problem is finished. When you have a liar and the truth, the liar can look very shiny and polished, but it doesn't last. Even gold, once the gold doesn't shine the way these fake ones shine. But when you put them in the fire, you see the difference between the good and the fake thing. All we are saying is that we have to regroup to bring our party along. For me, it's about party. For me, it's about the party people. Because, Captain, MPP dealt with our party people. They dealt with our party people so well. And so, the businessmen, the ones who have donated their 10 cedis, 20 cedis, 100 cedis, the contractors, if today they don't matter, it will come back to hand.
But you say we are targeting some supporting why? Say as if one president do party will be I
have this principle and Captain Mimi will be
who supporting why?
Mamenka will be interested, but you can go and sit and gossip about me and have your own impression and image of. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care. But if it drops in my ears, I'll confront you. Everybody know that about me. You can have a plan against me. You can sit down and say that Mustafa the idea. But if I have a right to it and I hear about it, I will demand it. That is how I behave. So you can align me to anybody, but let me hear it.
But are you aligned?
I told you that when I go on my knees, I want to see this government succeed. I want to see the president succeed. And I want to see our ministers and our appointees succeed. That is what is my focus. Party ni no a wonam temano, wonam ashamano. No yure nyina bedi party no no. Se osmailia, men so osma me se men koye adwuma, madwuma no ebetimi adan. Abasu yi. I don't care about who wants to be president and who doesn't want to be president at this point in time. Because we'll get there anyway. When we get there, we'll cross. But it is too early for us to delve ourselves into. And I'm a deputy general secretary. I will not go beyond that position to go and become a campaign manager and campaign chairman. To me, tag me and family, tag me so. Mamente, metia, what tag me no. So me, I'm very confrontational, Captain. I'm extremely confrontational. I don't allow mediocrity to fester in my way. You can plan, but don't let me get to know it. When I get to know it, I'll deal with it. It doesn't matter who wins in the end, but I'll confront you.
You want a reshuffle?
Our problem is gone beyond reshuffle.
Hey.
Why now, because if we are not together, reshuffle to do what? The appointees we have now, I believe genuinely say some of them must be rechanged. Some ministers must be reshuffled. As a deputy general secretary, that is what I believe. But who are you going to reshuffle at this point? When people believe that this is my godfather, this is who I'm aligned to, and all sorts of things. And I think that we need to come together and decide that whether you like it or not, there will be reshuffle. And when president decides to do it, reshuffle, he will do it. But if he does it now, it will be misinterpreted. Captain, do you understand? It will be misconceived. I said, oh, why you captain? Because Captain Mustafa Nuyentina, president.
But it doesn't mean.
I told you the president is not the one who wants to hurt his people.
Okay.
That's the foundation of how our leader is. He's he believes in everybody coming onto the table. He can make his own mistakes. But I'm telling you that the current setup that we have, they won't be reshuffled, will succeed. Because we are minister, and I recognize that somebody can be in your position. So let's draw others along. Let's empower others. Why will anybody be needing your position? Captain, you understand?
I do.
If Mustafa has an opportunity and believes that somebody else can do my work, let me draw somebody closer. Who will be interested in my job? Who will go and say that I'm not performing? Even when I am failing, they will help me to succeed. And I kept saying that. And you ministers, Captain, I say you boa ministers because we know you two office. You were probably an officer somewhere, or you were working in a certain entity. You couldn't go to the ground. You must know that certain people went to the ground. They have information that you don't have. Sure. So if you are a minister and you are moving out and those people are not aware, you will go, but you will make the impact. Because the party is an entity. It is not a free-for-all. So a minister assumes control and running over the party. If you go and do that, you are fracturing the party. The system will watch you, but you fail. And this is what I want us to avoid. If we don't speak to our problems, we'll pretend the problems don't exist, and we will fall into it. I know after this conversation, some of them who think that, oh, Mustafa might have a problem, we'll come back to this conversation one day. We can continue it, or we can all begin to reconcile and say, look, let's go back. Let's begin to reflect. Let's work in teams. Let's work in groups. Let's make sure that we bring others along. Those who want to also think that they can come after me, let them try it. The only thing you can do is to convince the president to take my appointment. That's the only thing that you can, or to wait. Say, election, you sponsor against me. That is if I contest.
Bang, bang, bang.
But if I don't contest, what are you going to do? But we must deal with the reality. The reality is that we must get back to the table. And I'm saying it this morning because it's a moment that calls for reflection, regrouping, reviewing what we have done, and realigning with the system and moving on. We are not doing bad. President Mahama is doing so well. The ministers are doing so well in terms of governance. Our few years is better than President Akufo-Addo's 8 years put together. And I've said time without numbers that it was a Ponzi scheme they managed. You see, President just scammed everybody. President Akufo-Addo scammed everybody. Or they led him to scam everybody. Captain, there was no governance, so they ran the Ponzi scheme with adverts. Say, you got to idea. Now, Oma Banuma ko jehu loan. No ma chiche di ama wo nkrofo no. No ma di. Cocoa board crisis now wo hodo. If you go and look at the problem, they took a loan, World Bank loan. So omo de ko bua cocoa akuafo, omo di scanners an omo koy.
I think you are not there going to be as well.
Omo ma akuafo no kra ko tutu boreholes wo omo farms. They ask them, you talk to some of the people. And you have educated people, lawyers, Kahubi, and nam Koko Kuyasi say, President Mahama Nama Koko for Boka, and Mustafa Gbande say, and first Kama party for, and President Mahama de Skana Koto plane. I mean, when you are educated and you are a politician, you will school no captain. Your cast will be, no, cast that will be a politician, no, just a nipana being pa. How did we allow foolishness to come into our body politics? That you analyze certain people, you analyze what they do, you analyze what you say, and you have no option than to say he's a fool. Excuse my language. How do you say that a president have taken cocoa farmers' money and what they are called top plane? It means you are a fool. In capital letters, there's no word better than this. And you have educated people who are parliamentarians walking in the bush and saying these kind of things. And you have Anoh Dopreh, who I respect so much. I thought he was somebody I admire. I didn't know he was like that.
He was like what?
You can go to the village, stand on a podium, and say things that you know are not true. Because you are speaking to MPP cocoa farmers who are excited by every foolish thing you say. And then you have minority leader going to join these kind of things. And I'm disappointed in Ntim or someone who coes that will be. Ntim or software will be a original podium to preach it. And I love him because he's my brother in Christ.
Razi.
You join this nonsense and you are preaching it all over the place in the name of politics.
Razi. My MPP biara.
Because our appointees are not allowing us to aggressively deal with your ills. And so you have the effort.
Your appointees?
Yes. If we want to deal with these people.
Your own appointees?
Yes.
How?
Because look, the template is there.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.